Hi, future Roadrunners. My name is Heaven Tharp, and I am your admissions counselor for Southeast San Antonio and Coastal Bend. I am here to help you on your journey to becoming a Roadrunner. This is anywhere from applying to UTSA, financial aid and scholarships, housing, majors that we offer, and why UTSA might be a great fit for you. I have a passion for helping students on their journey to higher education. One of the biggest things I love most about UTSA is the family atmosphere. It really does feel like a really big home. If you want to connect with me, follow the link below and I would be more than happy to help you on your journey to success. Thank you and go Roadrunner.
Hi guys, Heaven here. Just going to give you a quick presentation on becoming a Roadrunner, things to look forward to, and a little bit about our campus in general. So UTSA is located in the 7th largest city. We are a big city with a small town feel. As San Antonio continues to grow, so does UTSA, which I think is really cool. So as the city grows, we grow as well. UTSA has 4 locations. We have our main campus, which is up by most famously known as La Cantera Mall and the Rim. We have our downtown campus. We have Park West will be the Athletic Student Success Center, and the Hemisphere Park campus, which is our Institute of Texan Cultures. So some things to know about living on campus. So housing and residential life if you are going to come to UTSA. As a freshman, you are not required to live on campus, but studies have shown that the success rate of students who do live on campus are a tad bit higher than those who are not on campus, just due to the involvement. You're around people who are going to school, and so there's one less stress on you. Living on campus is fast, it's easy, it's simple. You can improve your GPA, and also you can make memories with people who are matriculating through their degree just like you are. Some communities we have are Chisholm, Chaparral Village, University Oaks, Alvarez, Laurel Village, and for you rising seniors who will be coming in the fall of 2021, we will have Guadalupe Hall that will be opening up that year. So each housing option, like Alvarez, Chisholm, University Oaks, they all have different floor plans. They have a different setup. They have different options. So each specific dorm, hall, apartment, suite will all have different options for you. Our floor plans can be like our residential halls where you have your own bedroom, but you share this bathroom. You can be in an apartment style where you guys share your own bedrooms, share a bathroom, but then also have like a kitchen area. And then we have our suite style where there's 4 people with 2 bathrooms and a kitchen. So it's really just picking what the best option is for you. Some amenities we have are it's fully furnished. There are rent options, so flexible housing, which means that if you're paying through FAFSA or your student loan, there's flexibility on that as well. You know that you have friendly neighbors because they will be basically your peers that are in your classes. There are 24-hour laundry centers, and then if you have any maintenance issues, there will always be someone available as well. If you're gonna live on campus, or if you're not gonna live on campus, there are tons of places to eat on campus. There's Einstein Bagels, Panda Express, Chick-fil-A, we even have Starbucks. And then if you're like getting kind of homesick and you really just want to sit down and actually eat a meal, we do have a Chili's on campus. So you can sit down at Chili's and you can eat your meal before class. We also have something very unique to UTSA. So we have what's called our Rowdy food truck. This food truck has a rotating menu. So this means that the food is not always going to be the same on there. So if you're just kind of maybe tired of eating the same thing from Chick-fil-A, you can go check out the Rowdy food truck as well and just put a little spice in your life. So as I mentioned earlier, as San Antonio continues to grow, so will UTSA. We have Guadalupe Residence Hall that will be opening in fall of 2021. It is rumored to have our Starbucks coming to us inside on the 3rd floor. So that's just a rumor, a little birdie told me, but stay tuned to see if that is correct. We also have our Roadrunners Center of Excellence opening in 2021. So this will be for our Roadrunner athletes out there who are planning on coming to UTSA or studying at UTSA. This essentially will be somewhere for you to study, have access to your tutors, have access to your coaches, and basically everything that you need. We also have what's called our Via U bus system, which is paired with the city of San Antonio. If you don't have a car, I wouldn't worry about that. As a UTSA student, you can ride around on the Via bus for free, just showing your card. So you can get from campus to downtown, to sporting events, to Target. As long as you have your student ID, you just show it, and it's valid while you're in school. So as you're transitioning to UTSA, as you're transitioning to college and becoming a Roadrunner, you'll want to know about your experiences and your resources. UTSA has a lot of amazing resources, from counseling services, health services. We have a writing center, we have a tutoring center. So anything essentially that you need, we have here on campus. One thing that we really like to highlight is our first year experience department. This is going to be where a student that's in your degree, you get paired up with, and they help you as you matriculate through your degree. It's kind of like a peer mentor system. So kind of having that big brother, big sister atmosphere, but without actually being family. So this creates a support system. We also have our Dreamers Resource Center for our mixed status families. This means that their job is to help you as you come to UTSA, and then as you matriculate through your degree, anything and everything you need. We have a specific department for you as well. So how do you specifically become a part of the Roadrunner Nation? We have 160-degree programs across 7 different colleges. We have many areas of study, from economics, biology, women's studies, music, Mexican American studies, neuroscience, geology. But within these areas of studies, some majors will have major specific requirements. This means that in order to declare that that is your major, you will have to either meet the prerequisites or take those core courses and pass them. So some of the ones that have more requirements would be architecture, economics, music. So just things like that that you need to keep in mind. If you're interested in a health-related profession, we do have a lot of options. One of our well-known one is our FANS program, our 2+2 nursing program. We also have like a pre-med track, optometry, pre-pharmacy. So we do have options for you as well. If you're interested in becoming a teacher, do know that UTSA is approved by the State Board of Educators certification. In order to teach in the state of Texas, you need to be certified by the State Board of Educators. So this is a great thing to know, that if you're planning to come to UTSA and you do want to become a teacher, we are certified. So now let's talk about admissions into UTSA, how you apply and what goes into applying. We have our guaranteed general admission, which means if you're in the top 25% of your class, no minimum test score is needed. Now, you still need to take the SAT or ACT, but you don't need a minimum to get in. If you're in the second 25% of your class, you need an 1170 SAT score or a 24 ACT score to get automatically admitted into the university. If you don't happen to fall in that category, it's okay. We have what's called admission by committee review. The second 25%, in order to go into this category, you would need a 980. This means that if you receive a 980 or above, you would go into committee review. Under committee review, we will look at you as a whole. Besides your grades, we can look at letters of recommendation, the optional test essay, which I'll talk about. We can look at what sports and activities you were in, which is why it's really important that as you're filling out your Apply Texas, that you put in as much information as possible. If you fall into the third 25% or the fourth, you can find the scores here as well. So for this upcoming year, optional SAA is going to be tell us your story. What unique opportunities or challenges have you experienced throughout your high school career that have shaped you to who you are today? This essay is really important because if you show dips in your GPA, or if you have, maybe you got a C in a class or an F, you can advocate for yourself and say, hey, during this year I experienced X, Y, and Z, which is why I had a hard time in this course. After that year, I got my grades up and had all A's and B's, but I just had trouble this year. You can also talk about anything that shaped you. Maybe you were volunteering and you found out you really like the medical field. These are all things that will help us understand you as far as past just your grades. We also have earlier, I kind of spoke about it, but the guaranteed admission to specific majors or programs. This means that you basically need to meet certain requirements in order to say, I am going to be a biology major. Maybe that means you need to take Biology 101 and pass it with a passing score. So that is something that you will basically, depending on where you sit in high school, if you have dual credit or have certain courses, they'll let you know that as well. We also have our honors college admission. This isn't something that you apply for, but if you are in the top 15% of your class, or you have a 3.9 GPA, you will be automatically admitted. So once you get admitted into the university, you'll get an invitation to accept your seat in the honors college, in which you'll follow the email prompt to go ahead and accept it. If you don't fall into these categories, come to UTSA your first semester, get a 3.5, and then you will have the opportunity to get admitted into the honors college in your second semester. Now, how do you apply? So you're gonna apply online through applytexas.org. What's cool about this is not only can you apply to UTSA, but you can also apply to many other schools in Texas on Apply Texas. And if you remember that optional A essay, you can also use that for other colleges as well. Just make sure that if you're gonna put the University at Texas, San Antonio, you change that name when you're applying to your different colleges. You would wanna pay the $70 application fee, or if you are eligible for a fee waiver, go ahead and check that box on Apply Texas. You'd wanna submit your official high school transcripts. Now for you all, you are rising seniors, which means we'll wanna see your junior year transcript as of right now, so any grades you've gotten up to this point. You'll also want to submit your test scores from probably College Board, which is where you took your SAT and ACT. Now remember that if you have any dual credit or any AP courses, you will want to include that in your application. These are all things that can help your application. If you have those transcripts, I would suggest you send them in as well. Also, if you do fall under that committee review, remember to submit your essay and your letters of recommendation. So for the fee waiver, if you go to Apply Texas, there's a box that says apply for the fee waiver. You would basically just click that button and then submit an SAT or ACT fee waiver to us, and you can just send that to apply@utsa.edu. If you happen to forget to click that Apply Texas link, just submit the fee waiver, the ACT or SAT fee waiver, to that email as well. Some other documents that we've taken are like free and reduced lunch forms and things like that. So once you do apply for the fee waiver, you would need to send in additional documents to say that you are actually eligible. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to submit your FAFSA to us as the easiest way. I always tell my students, because we're going to need that on file anyways for scholarships and awards. You'll also, if you don't want to do FAFSA or haven't done it just yet, you could click any of these other options and submit those as well. So once you've actually applied, you're going to get a My UTSA ID, and you're going to get what's called a paraphrase. The paraphrase or passphrase is just your password to log into your ASAP account. Your ASAP account is basically going to be the holy grail for the next 4 years. This is going to be where you're going to check your admission decision, sign up for your courses, pay your meal plan off, your housing, check if you got any scholarships. This is all where you're going to find that. So important deadlines. Guys, I can't stress this enough. January 15th is a priority deadline for admissions, for financial aid, for the general scholarships, for distinguished presidential scholarships. But this doesn't mean, oh, wait, I need to apply to UTSA by January 15th. No, you need to be admitted to the university by January 15th in order to be eligible for the most financial aid you can receive, the most scholarships, and essentially the biggest money packages you can get. So I would encourage you guys to have finished your application completely by Thanksgiving break to allow us about a month and a half to review all of your requirements, all of your documents and your application so that we can say, hey, you've been admitted. We can see on your account when you've been admitted. So let's say, okay, you're running behind, you submit your application by December, like maybe right before Christmas, like the 23rd. Well, if we are in a heavy reading season or if we're off because of the holidays, we don't have enough time to say, hey, you're admitted, and maybe you don't get admitted until January 16th. That means that you lose out on the Distinguished Presidential Scholarship, you lose out on the Gold Promise, which I'll talk about later. You basically lose out on all these options. So make sure that you have your admission decision by January 15th. So let's talk about financial aid and how you pay for UTSA. So our cost of attendance is listed below. Notice that the tuition and fees for a full academic year, which would be 2 semesters, fall and spring, is going to stay the same. So that tuition and fees number will stay the same. Anything below that can linger depending on basically how you live. Do you have a car? Do you not have a car? Can you live off ramen noodles like I can? Can you find your books on Chegg or Amazon? Are you living on campus? Do you maybe have an aunt that lives in San Antonio and you're going to live with her? So the thing that you guys should focus on is the tuition and fees. We also have what's called a net price calculator, so you can estimate your net price to come to UTSA, and you can also plug in any financial aid, scholarships, grants, and loans that you're offered, as well as work study. So UTSA's Bold Promise is going to start this fall of 2020, but it will be for your class as well. So eligible students can have all of their tuition and fees covered for 100% for 8 semesters, which would be basically for your bachelor's degree, your 4-year. So you would want to be a Texas resident. You would have to have a family's adjusted gross income of below $50,500. So you'll want to get with your parents about that. You will want to have submitted your FAFSA and TASFA by January 15th. So FAFSA opens up October 15th. So you would essentially have about 3 months to go ahead and do that and get that turned into us. You would want to rank in the top 25% of your high school. Right here, this is very important, be admitted to UTSA by January 15th. And then moving forward, you would just have to enroll in 12 credit hours. So we have something very unique to UTSA, which is our scholarship hub. Whenever you are using your Apply Texas and you send us in your application, what the scholarship hub does through UTSA is that it basically will funnel out any scholarships that you're not eligible for. So you won't have to go through, read the fine print, figure out if you're eligible, none of that. Basically, if it says, here's a scholarship, you can apply for it, that scholarship you're eligible for, and all you would have to do moving forward is just apply to that scholarship. So how to apply for financial aid. Apply for your FSA ID at studentaid.edu.gov. Once you get your FSA ID, you'll then use that to fill out your FAFSA. Be sure to include as much as you can, and it's likely that you'll want to have your parents involved in this because it will ask you for your parents' tax documents. And then you'll want to fill out your FAFSA. It will open on October 1st. So like I said, you have about 3 months to go ahead and get that into us so that you can be eligible for that Bold Promise or that Distinguished Presidential Scholarship. So our deadlines for FAFSA and admissions are January 15th. And then for our spring term, it's November 1st. So this is our OneStop Enrollment Center, and this is Rowdy entering. Our OneStop Center is basically to help you with anything regarding transcripts, VA certifications, registration, financial aid, or any undergraduate admissions questions that you may have. You can follow their Instagram page at UTSA OneStop, or maybe even their Twitter. If you want to contact them, you can contact them at onestop@utsa.edu. So in order to contact me, this is the link right here. I'll also include it in the email from your counselor, but this would be how you contact me. And basically, I'm here to help you. I also have Calendly appointments, so one-on-ones, where you can sit down and just talk to me about any questions that you have, what you're thinking about majoring in, why you're thinking about coming to UTSA, or maybe if you just want to know more outside of this presentation. You can also stay informed by following future.utsa.edu, or you can get connected with us via Instagram at UTSA FutureRR. Last week, we welcomed our incoming freshman class, so maybe you might have seen some of your friends on there. It's a really great way to keep up with all the changes that are happening. Remember, guys, if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me, schedule an appointment. Whatever you need, I'm here to help you. Bye, guys, and go Birds.